My grandma spoiled our baby's gender reveal party by telling everyone early. Now I refuse to share any family secrets with her and everyone says I'm overreacting. In the quaint town of Willowbrook, nestled between rolling hills and a meandering river, there lived a young woman named Emily. Emily had the kind of gentle smile that could warm a room and eyes that sparkled with the promise of secrets not yet told. Her grandmother, Edna, was a pillar of the community, known for her boundless energy and unquenchable spirit. One sunny afternoon, as the leaves danced in the breeze outside her grandmother's cozy kitchen, Emily sat at the table with her hands folded over her slightly rounded belly. The warm scent of apple pie wafted from the oven, a sweet backdrop to the gravity of their conversation. She took a deep breath and announced, "Grandma, we're having a baby. A little miracle after all we've been through." Edna's eyes lit up like Christmas morning. "Oh, Emily, darling, this is the best news. I've been praying for this day." Her words wrapped around Emily like a warm embrace, but the tightness in her chest didn't ease. This wasn't the first time she'd shared such news, and she knew all too well the heartache that could follow. "Yes, it's wonderful," Emily said, her voice a mix of excitement and caution. She had learned to guard her happiness, to keep it close to her heart. "But I want to tell everyone in my own way, when I feel ready." Edna nodded, her eyes misting over. "Of course, dear. It's your journey. I'll keep it our little secret until you're ready to share with the world." Her gnarled hand patted Emily's reassuringly, and for a moment, the weight of past losses felt a bit lighter. The days ticked by like a metronome, each one carrying Emily closer to the joy she had longed for. Her husband, Tom, was over the moon, and together they whispered sweet nothings to their unborn child, dreaming of the life they would build. Emily cherished her private conversations with the baby, feeling a bond that grew stronger with every flutter and kick. One Sunday, as the church bells chimed, Emily felt a swell of nerves. Today was the day she'd tell the world, her terms, her way. She wore a beautiful dress that hugged her blossoming figure, a declaration of life amidst the stale air of the sanctuary. As she stepped up to the podium in front of the congregation, Emily's hands trembled slightly, but her voice was clear and steady. "Friends, family," she began, "Tom and I have some news." The room hushed, anticipation thick in the air. "We are expecting a baby in December, a little miracle that we've been blessed with after much heartache." Murmurs of congratulations rippled through the pews, and Edna beamed proudly from her seat, her eyes never leaving her granddaughter. The town of Willowbrook was close-knit, and the news spread like wildfire, bringing a warm glow to every face in the room. Yet, as the service concluded, and people began to gather around her, Emily felt a pang of unease. Her sister, Rachel, noticed her distress and approached her. Are you okay?" Rachel whispered. Emily's eyes searched the crowd for Edna, finding her surrounded by a group of eager parishioners. "It's Grandma," she said, her voice barely above a whisper. "I told her I wanted to wait to tell everyone the gender, but she's been telling people all morning." Rachel's brow furrowed, her gaze following Emily's to Edna. The two women walked over to their grandmother, who was in the midst of a hearty laugh. "Grandma," Rachel spoke firmly but gently, "you need to stop telling people the gender. It's Emily's news to share." Edna's smile faltered, and she looked from Rachel to Emily. "But I'm just so excited," she protested. "I know, Grandma," Emily said, trying to keep the irritation from her tone, "but this is my baby, my journey." Her grandmother's expression fell, and she nodded, looking slightly crestfallen. Rachel gave her sister a comforting squeeze. "Let's go home," Rachel suggested, and together they made their way out of the church. The following week, Emily felt the walls closing in. Every time she saw someone in town, they congratulated her on the baby's gender, assuming she'd told them. It was as if her own story had been hijacked, and she was just a bystander. The excitement of her pregnancy felt tainted, and she found herself withdrawing from the very people she had hoped would support her. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, casting the sky in shades of pink and gold, she decided enough was enough. She sat her grandmother down and told her, "I need you to respect my wishes, Grandma. If you can't, I'm afraid I can't include you in my pregnancy anymore." Edna's eyes widened, and she reached for Emily's hand. "I'm sorry, dear. I didn't mean to overstep. I just wanted to be a part of it all." Emily took a deep breath and looked into her grandmother's eyes, filled with love and regret. "I know you do," she said, "but this is about me and my baby. Please, let me have this." Edna nodded, a tear slipping down her wrinkled cheek. "You're right, I'll try to control my excitement. But remember, I'm always here for you." With that, a silent understanding passed between them. Emily knew that her grandmother's heart was in the right place, but she also knew that she had to set boundaries. And so, she continued her journey into motherhood, sharing her joys and fears with those she trusted, but always on her own terms. The weeks grew into months, and as Emily's belly grew larger, so did the whispers of curiosity. Yet, she remained steadfast, her announcements coming in her own time, through her own words. Her husband, Tom, was her rock, supporting her decision and reminding her that their baby's story was theirs alone to tell. One day, as the leaves turned golden and the air grew crisp, Emily decided it was time to reveal the baby's gender in a way that was true to her heart. She and Tom invited their closest friends and family to a small gathering at their home. The backyard was strung with twinkling lights, casting a warm glow over the expectant faces. With a box in her hand, she took a deep breath and looked at Tom. He gave her a nod of encouragement, his eyes filled with love and excitement. She lifted the lid to reveal a cascade of blue confetti, and the crowd erupted in cheers. It was a boy. The joyous moment washed over her like a warm wave, filling the spaces that had once held fear and doubt. She felt a sense of pride and belonging as everyone congratulated them, sharing in the excitement that she had so carefully guarded. But amidst the celebration, she caught a glimpse of Edna, sitting on the sidelines, watching with a bit of sadness in her eyes. Emily's heart softened, and she walked over to her grandmother. "Thank you for understanding," she said, placing a hand on her shoulder. "This is our moment." Edna patted her hand. "I know, darling, and I'm just so happy for you both. He's going to be such a special little boy." The tension between them melted away, and the bond that had once felt strained grew stronger. Together, they watched the confetti dance in the cool evening air, the promise of a new life bringing warmth to the hearts of everyone present. Emily had found her voice, and she knew now that she could navigate the choppy waters of motherhood with grace and determination. Her story was her own, and she was ready to share it, piece by precious piece, with the people who truly mattered. And so, as the months marched on, and her baby grew inside her, Emily held tight to the lessons she had learned. She cherished her privacy, but she also knew when to let people in. The town of Willowbrook watched her belly grow with bated breath, eager for the arrival of the newest member of their tight-knit community. When December finally arrived, bringing with it a dusting of snow, Emily gave birth to a healthy, squalling baby boy. As she cradled him in her arms, she felt a sense of peace wash over her. This was her miracle, and she had made it through the storm. The town rallied around her, offering congratulations and support, but it was in those quiet moments, just her and her baby, that Emily felt truly whole. She had carried him through the darkness, and together they had emerged into the light. Her story, once filled with whispers of doubt, had become one of hope and triumph, and as she looked into her son's eyes, she knew that every step of the journey had been worth it. The future was bright, and she was ready to face it, surrounded by the love of her husband, her sister, and even her well-meaning grandmother. In the months that followed, Edna did her best to respect Emily's boundaries, though her enthusiasm remained palpable. She learned to channel her excitement into knitting tiny blue hats and booties, and her house became a treasure trove of hand-me-downs and homemade baby gear. The tension between them eased like a taut bowstring, allowing the warmth of their relationship to shine through once more. Emily grew more comfortable sharing her pregnancy journey with the community. She posted updates on social media, her belly growing more prominent with each passing week. Her followers grew in number, drawn to her authenticity and the raw emotion she shared about her experience. As her due date approached, Emily's video channel began to gain traction. Her honest accounts of her fears, her excitement, and her preparations for motherhood resonated with viewers from all walks of life. They watched her blossom from a tentative young woman to a confident, glowing mother-to-be, and they couldn't help but cheer her on. The day she went into labor, the town was abuzz with anticipation. Messages of support flooded in from every corner of Willowbrook. Rachel took charge of updating everyone, posting live videos from the hospital room, capturing the raw intensity of the moment without crossing the line Emily had set. And when the baby finally arrived, a healthy, wailing boy, Rachel posted a heartwarming video of Edna, her eyes brimming with tears, holding her great-grandson for the first time. The comment section exploded with congratulations and praise for Emily's strength. Her channel's reach soared, and she felt a newfound sense of purpose in sharing her story. Through it all, Emily had learned that sometimes, the most challenging battles were the ones she had to fight within herself. The fear of loss had been a constant companion, but with every kick and every heartbeat, she had found the courage to face it. She had drawn a line in the sand, and in doing so, had reclaimed her story and her happiness. The town of Willowbrook had watched her journey unfold, and now they were a part of it. Her subscribers had grown into an extended family, offering her support and encouragement, sharing their own experiences and stories. The warmth of their virtual embrace was a testament to the power of vulnerability and connection. As she cradled her newborn son, Emily felt a surge of gratitude for the path she had taken. It had been rocky, but it had led her here, to this place of love and acceptance. Her grandmother had taught her that sometimes, The best intentions could be misguided, but with patience and understanding, even the most stubborn of hearts could learn to listen. The story of her pregnancy had become more than just a personal milestone. It had become a beacon of hope for others. And as she looked into the camera, her baby boy snuggled in her arms, she knew that she had found her voice, not just for herself, but for countless others walking the same unpredictable path to motherhood. Emily's YouTube channel grew rapidly, with viewers eager for her weekly updates, her candidness about the trials and tribulations of pregnancy after loss resonating with many. Her grandmother watched from the sidelines, a proud smile on her face, as her granddaughter's subscriber count grew. The birth of her son was the grand finale of a narrative that had captured hearts, and the video she uploaded of their first moments together went viral. Comments flooded in, sharing tales of personal triumphs and tragedies, creating a network of support and understanding that stretched far beyond Willowbrook's city limits. Yet, amidst the whirlwind of newfound fame and the never-ending cycle of diaper changes, Emily remained grounded. She knew the importance of privacy and the sanctity of her own experience. She allowed Edna to share in the joy, but made it clear that she would continue to navigate this journey as she saw fit. The tension between them had transformed into a delicate balance of respect and love. Edna learned to express her excitement without overshadowing Emily's story, and Emily discovered the value of a grandmother's unbridled enthusiasm. As the baby grew, so did Emily's confidence in her role as a mother and a content creator. Her videos became a mix of raw emotion, practical advice, and the everyday miracles of motherhood. Her subscribers grew into a community, one that was there for her during sleepless nights and first smiles. The baby showers and gifts that followed were not just for her son but for her as well, a testament to the impact she had made. Yet, she remained humble, acknowledging the pain that still lingered from her past losses. Her story didn't end with the birth of her son. It was just the beginning of a new chapter, one filled with the ups and downs of raising a child, the growth of her family, and the ever-evolving relationship with her grandmother. Edna watched her granddaughter blossom into a woman of strength and grace, and she couldn't help but feel a sense of pride. Despite their differences, they had found a way to support each other, to understand that love could be expressed in myriad ways. The town of Willowbrook had been a silent witness to Emily's journey, and now they were a part of her success. Her story had touched lives, offering a glimpse of hope and resilience in the face of adversity. Emily continued to share her life with the world, balancing the public and the private with the grace of a tightrope walker. Her son grew, and so did her influence, but she never forgot the lessons she had learned, to cherish her story, to share it on her terms, and to always remember that she wasn't alone. Emily decided to honor her grandmother's memory by creating a special series on her channel, Grandma's Wisdom, where she would share the pearls of wisdom Edna had imparted over the years. The response was overwhelmingly positive, with viewers praising the authenticity of their bond and the timeless advice that resonated across generations. Her son grew into a curious toddler, with a penchant for pulling on Edna's pearls of wisdom. Emily captured these moments with a bittersweet fondness, knowing her grandmother would have loved to see him grow. Each video was a tribute to the woman who had shaped her into the mother she had become. One day, while sorting through a box of Edna's belongings, Emily stumbled upon an old journal. The pages were yellowed with age, but the ink remained as vibrant as ever. It chronicled Edna's own journey through motherhood, the trials she faced, and the lessons she had learned. Emily felt a profound connection to her grandmother, as if she were holding a piece of her heart in her hands. The journal became her guide, offering comfort and insight into the complexities of raising a child. She read about Edna's struggles with her own mother, her fears of inadequacy, and her ultimate triumph in becoming the matriarch she had always wanted to be. Emily realized that their stories were more intertwined than she had ever known, and she felt a renewed sense of strength to continue sharing her own journey. The channel grew into a space of healing and community, where viewers could share their stories of loss and victory. Emily's candidness about the realities of motherhood, from the sleepless nights to the indescribable love, resonated with her audience. Her videos became a source of solace for those navigating the tumultuous waters of parenthood. Years later, as her son grew into a curious young boy, Emily reflected on her decision to keep her pregnancy story close to her heart. It had allowed her to process her fears and emotions in her own time, and in doing so, she had created a legacy of honesty and strength that she hoped would inspire others. The town of Willowbrook remained a constant in their lives, a backdrop to their ever-evolving story. The church that had once held their secrets now held their triumphs, and the faces that had whispered their well-wishes had become a tapestry of friendship and support. Emily's channel had become a beacon of hope for many, and she knew that Edna would have been proud of the woman she had become. As she watched her son play in the same backyard where she had once revealed his gender, she felt the warmth of her grandmother's love, a gentle reminder that she was never truly alone in her journey. The camera rolled, capturing a mother and son laughing, the sun casting long shadows across the grass. It was a moment of pure joy, one that she knew she would treasure forever. Her grandmother's spirit was there, in the gentle breeze that ruffled her son's hair, in the warmth of the sun on her skin, and in the love that filled her heart. The story of Emily and her miracle baby had come full circle, a testament to the power of perseverance and the unbreakable bond of family. Her channel had become more than a diary of her experiences. It was a living, breathing testament to the journey of motherhood, raw and beautiful in its imperfection. And as the credits rolled on another heartfelt video, Emily looked into the camera with a knowing smile. Her grandmother's voice echoed in her mind. "Remember, dear, you can share your story, but always on your own terms." It was a mantra she had taken to heart, and she knew that as long as she held on to it, she would continue to flourish as a mother, a wife, and a beloved member of the Willowbrook community.